Vegas lights shine bright, bad boys sitting pretty. Michael, Steve, Rob running things in Sin City. Podcast blazing truth, rhyming hard and witty. Three kings on the mic, Vegas life gets gritty. Matt Michaels dropping bombs, quick wit, no filter. Sin City's own, blending gold with the silver. Steve taking notes, every word's a thriller. Rob's on the tracks, beats cold like a chiller. Badboyz a podcast, raw truth they broadcast. Speaking facts so fast, haters coming dead last. Las Vegas legends, three amigos top class. Mic in hand, setting fire, never outclassed.
Welcome, everybody, to the Vegas Badboyz podcast. I am Sin City Steve, and being joined, as always, Rob Bossolari at Vegas Trump Guy. Rob, what the hell's going on, man?
I like how you said it, as always, assuming that I would always be there and I would always have a solid internet connection.
Hey, I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes, you know? But, I think Matt Michaels he says that he's on assignment, but realistically, and we'll talk about it later, but there was a new TBS champion crowned. I think he's that frustrated with everything that he just decided, you know what? I'm not going to go on the show because I'm going to have to talk about Willow Nightingale. But
it's a great day to be from Long Island, because if you're from Long Island, you win big at AEW.
Everything. You win everything. MJF, Statlander, and Willow. All right, well, there you go.
I just want to find out that Tony Storm gets American citizenship and resides in Long Island. Hello, everyone. I am now a citizen of Babylon.
No shit.
West Babylon.
Speaking of West Babylon, well, somewhere in there, somewhere among the upside down, if you will, we had a Stranger Things episode of Monday Night Raw on Monday with WWE. What, Rob? Why are you yawning, man? You didn't like the Stranger Things inspired championship belt? Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
It was upside down, and Corey Graves was dressed up in a leather jacket, and he's trying to look retro. And meanwhile, Michael Cole still looks like a douche. And
still,
by the way, just want to make sure: are we streaming on our Vegas Badboyz of podcasting page?
We absolutely are streaming there. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitch. And yes, we are live on YouTube. So feel free to hit any of those social media platforms.
Or go to Vegas Trump Guy, one of them on Instagram. Hopefully that's working.
Vegas Trump Guy. There you go. Hell yeah, man. Let's talk a bit about this episode of Monday Night Raw, Rob. What do you got for me on Monday Night Raw? What did you think? Let's start with that. Yeah,
I was all right. You got we'll go with the picture here. You got on the bottom right Gunther running his mouth again. He looks amazing. He draws the ire of AJ Styles. Perfect. You get the opportunity for Gunther to, in essence, retire another outgoing competitor. I did not know. We'll go to the left now with Stephanie Becker that she was injured. This was news to me that she had the boot. And Raquel Rodriguez stomped the crap out of her injured leg. Probably more Seth Rollins-esque kayfabe with the injury, because it kind of came out of nowhere. Fine. Going up to, I don't know, the woo, woo. I just don't care what she's doing right now. I really don't give a shit about Lyra Valkyria. She had her little window. It's closed. She's going to end up the way of Alba Fire or Isla Dawn, whichever one of those two Scottish ones they booted from the show. They've done everything. She just, I just don't care. And honestly, I don't care right now about the Judgment Day. It doesn't matter to me what they do. They're kind of stale. So I'm not a big fan of that match. Now we have new women's tag team champions.
Yes, we do.
Oh, look at that. Well, first of all, look at this straddling of Asuka's face. I mean, this is great. Now, it was a good, clean match. The thing is, now I'm wondering, now I have the fear radars going up because every time that she tags with somebody, oh boy,
Uh-huh.
she is a terror
Uh-huh.
queen for a reason. This is going to set its way up for Rhea Ripley to fuck over. She will fuck over Io Sky. Io Sky will run back to Asuka and Kairi Sane. Asuka and Kairi Sane will help her and feel bad. They will feel
Will they?
bad about it. I think they could, because eventually you're going to have to turn Asuka face, or she'll become such a lovable heel that she'll morph into a baby face again. So it always happens. They even did it with Drew McIntyre, remember, back during the pandemic. I'm a heel, I'm a heel, I'm a heel. Wow, this guy's a badass. I like him now. Title run.
Yep.
So, could go that way, but it will not be long until Rhea Ripley, they're going to have to pull that ripcord and go, I need you to be a heel now because you're not scary anymore. We need you to be scary. And then what do we got next?
All right. So from there, and yeah, by the way, really quick, I do definitely agree with you. I see this as more building for the future than I do a long title reign for those two. I think that they can really set up some good things, and they could even have that be a Mania program. You know, you could easily have Io and Rhea as a Mania program. They've had obviously multi-person matches in the past on that big of a stage. But I think that they definitely could, as you're saying, turn Rhea heel. That would give a completely different angle to everything that they've done because they've not had that type of a role with Rhea as a heel and Io as a babyface. So I think that they could actually do some really good stuff with that. But continue.
Yeah. Now, well, I don't know if you got my picture in time, but I gave you a picture of our good old Starfleet. I don't know if she's a captain. She's wearing gold, which in the future is not a captain's color. But you know, the man, Becky Lynch, is now in Star Trek.
She definitely is. And you're saying she was wearing gold. She got some gold.
Yes. So she got the gold, and that costume she was wearing, her ring attire, is literally a rehash of her Starfleet Academy uniform. So that's what that was inspired by. She came out with it as a long jacket, and then she came out with the ring uniform. She's wearing the color of a security officer or ops. If you're a nerd, that's of interest to you because that means she's either some sort of security guard in the show or she's in some sort of, person who just scans for crap. But she is going to be in Starfleet Academy, and this will be interesting. Based on what she's wearing there, can't really tell what her rank is, but she's in a show that takes place in the year 3000, and the entire main cast and crew are all women, minus a couple of, yeah.
Of course.
And I will say this, she's the only one in that cast that I've seen so far that outside of the main role, which is played by Holly Hunter, all of the other women are plus size. So she and Holly Hunter are the only ones that watched their Starfleet rations.
You know,
and that's it. Yeah, well, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
It blows my mind how these entertainment agencies don't understand that things have happened a certain way, in particular way, over the last several years for a reason. Maybe change up the formula.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to say about that. Buddy of mine was in the Marines. Excuse me. Well, in the Marines, and another one in the Air Force. And the guy in the Air Force was a captain.
Right.
He wanted to become a major. You don't just get promoted. You got to go to school to get promoted. So he disappeared and he went into Louisiana where they have the training course. And then he returned with a beer belly. And I said, how the hell? And he goes, if you're in the Air Force or in any high rank and you have even the slightest pound overweight, you're out. And they slapped contracts and they made me a civilian for more pay. But that was it. So when I saw stuff like that, I was like, nah. So I'm not making a slight, but she is one of the few people that even though it's sci-fi as fuck, looks the role of a military person. So,
Well, I mean,
I can imagine that
realistically,
she's
dude,
got to be playing.
Idiocracy.
Yeah, I'm
No
sure
one
she's
thought that
playing.
Idiocracy would be
Yeah.
a documentary at this point, but it is.
Yeah, it. I'm sure she's playing some sort of security role. So, what does it have to do with wrestling? She's getting her spots on TV, and
Oh, yeah.
she might be the only reason why I watch this fucking debacle of a show is to see her 10 minutes, you know, and then of course she'll say, "I am the man. Oh, I got the surgery."
Oh,
It's year 3000, so maybe they take a pill. But what I liked about the match, this one I have a little bit more to comment on. This match, the tag team match with the women was kind of cut and dry. Yes, there's your highs, your lows, your spots. But what was significant about this was with Maxine Dupree, she kept relying on the ankle lock a lot. That was her only move. Everything led to an ankle lock, which was fine. She was aggressive. There was one point that I realized that she was not going to take the belt. When she won the belt originally, she took the ankle lock, dropped to the mat, and increased the pressure in the center of the ring, by which Becky Lynch had nowhere to go. She kept her shoulders elevated and did the Kurt Angle, because that was really a Kurt Angle style, and bam, she's got it. This time, she does not apply that pressure until she gets to the ring rope. She doesn't try to drag her into the center of the ring, where hijinks ensue. Becky Lynch reverses the pressure, grabs onto the rope for leverage, which is illegal, and pins Maxine Dupree's shoulder. And of course, Maxine Dupree has no ring awareness, which Cole, hey, he says it. If you got no ring awareness and you screwed yourself. I want to see her chase, but now we know Ivy Niles in the mix. And I'm going to be honest, if Ivy Niles does not get a fucking personality by the end of the week, this isn't going to go very far, because you've got you have those idiots in the Creed brothers doing the Ship Ahoy little promo in the background. They're out. They're out. They're NXT bound, or they're going to be on TNA next week. That means Ivy Niles kind of screwed, because she's got the presence, she's got a look, but being the crusty bitch attitude has never lasted very long. The longest person to ever, make that work is Shayna Baszler, and she's out, and Nia Jax, and she's out pending either Zep bound or another, slap on the wrist for botching another person, like she did by putting, Jade Cargill's face into steel. But I don't know. I mean, they're going to give Ivy Nile a little bit of a run. I want the belt back on Maxine Dupree. I normally don't like babyface runs because they're stale and they get boring, but she had energy. She had some speaking ability. She got right up in her face last week and cut a fucking amazing promo. I am your intercontinental champion. I'm theirs and I'm yours. I love that. It was simple. It's been said before, but it was fucking great. Have her chase it. They're going to have to do a three-way. They'll do a triple threat probably with Ivy Nile, and Becky Lynch will hold on to it for an annoyingly long time. But also keep in mind, Becky Lynch is promoting her Star Trek show, so that's the other reason why they gave her the belt, because that show drops in 2 weeks. So they have to have the gold on their star for a little while longer, probably a month or two. Then she'll do like the Jey Uso with the fucking, world heavyweight belt. Give it back to Maxine Dupree. People like her. I'm calling it, she is the Cody Rhodes of that division. She has the look, the energy. People are liking her. She's clean cut. Go with it. Run with it. Shoot the rocket on her. I want to see her also in the ring with the on again, off again U.S. champ. I want to see
a rocket on her.
Yeah, put a rocket on her. Yeah, shoot a rocket. Oh. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
Matt would have let me have it for a half an hour. Yeah, this guy over here wants to fucking shoot rockets on her. Jesus fucking Christ, Boss Larry. Ah, jeez, man.
Wow.
She just got married. That's somebody else's job. No, but put the rocket on her. And I would also like her to go up against Chelsea Green a few times because I think those two would have some great chemistry going back and forth. That would be very interesting. But then we've got Fragile Phil.
Fragile Phil. Yes.
Fragile Phil.
Yeah, took some inspiration for his pre-match gear, if you will, taking a page out of Braun's dad and uncle, the Steiner brothers, for his entrance gear, rocking the CM Punk varsity jacket in the style of the University of Michigan jacket that the Steiner brothers would wear. So,
well,
what do you got to say about the match, man?
Put on a hat made out of chain link.
Come out with a siren.
Yeah. All right. This was not a good match. I did not enjoy this fucking match. There was the talk about the botch where, they botched Frankensteiner.
Yep.
Which, by the way, kudos to Cole. He goes, he didn't get all of that one. It was going with the Frankensteiner. And now CM Punk's got an opportunity to get away from Braun Breaker. And now he's got some space. Braun Breaker goes to the Frankensteiner. They're what would you call that? Hurricane Rana, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Which by the way, anytime a big guy like that does a Hurricane Rana, I love it. And because you don't expect it. And the way he executes on it, it's very mechanical. That he gets the lock and he flips. It's not a fluent motion. And this time that was a problem because he didn't get the lock and CM Punk held on. Now, I don't know if that was a spot or if that was a botch. I don't know if
that's the thing. And I can say this. I actually listened to Lance Storm, of all people, talk about what went down with that particular spot. And it was telling because something I didn't notice in the moment watching this match was that CM Punk's legs were actually outside of the turnbuckle, which if you're completing a Hurricane Rana or a Frankensteiner or any of those types of moves, the person taking the move, their legs actually have to be inside of the turnbuckle.
Right, or they're going to get caught up in the turnbuckle.
Correct.
The person's legs are wrapped up in there. So then you wonder, was that a shoot? Was he fucking with him? There's a billion different questions.
Exactly. So improper positioning by CM Punk, whether it was going to be, a reversal that just didn't happen properly, whatever the situation is, I think that kind of adds to the mystery of it a bit more. The one thing that I'll say that's not really fucking smart if you're WWE, TKO, Braun Breaker even. This is the second time in a month and a half where Braun has been dropped on his fucking head. If you think back to the War Games match with the Doomsday spot, and he took that bump and he landed right on his fucking neck.
And he was out for a good chunk of that match, too. The cameras went off him, and he sat in the back and recouped for a while.
Exactly. And now, fast forward to this match, and I don't have the screenshot of that particular spot, but it did not look good. Go back and rewatch the spot.
Well, now here's the thing. I don't see – it looks like he tries to tuck on the way down. It looks like at the very last second he tries to tuck. Now,
yeah.
In that moment, I don't see a problem. And then you see him grab his head. And right. WWE is smart. They're not going to put out, and camera angles that are not going to be ingratiating, I guess you could say. They don't want to make the guy look bad. Right. Everyone will talk about it later. There's going to be people who are in the audience who will have every angle from their phone. And, fine. Does the guy wrestle unsafe? I wouldn't say so much unsafe.
Not at all.
I would say that his momentum got the better of him. Now, here's the thing. If that was supposed to be a legitimate Frankensteiner, then CM Punk would have leaned into it, untucked, got the legs on the inside, and moved in for the maneuver and finished it on his end. Because it's a two-man street. You got to finish that, like you said. But CM Punk stood 90 degrees. He sat on that turnbuckle 90 degrees. That was my thing. I'm like, wait a minute. If you're trying to tell me that the guy just didn't do it right, and that's not, that's kayfabe. He didn't do it right. He didn't commit. Great. Because CM Punk, usually you see these guys lean in.
Right.
Lean in, get the legs around them, make sure it's locked. For the 1.5 months I did wrestling, they always describe it that the person in your ring is your partner. That's the person that is your best friend in the ring, because you have to both execute this dance and not only, sell it, but you got to make sure you're doing it as safely as possible. The way that Braun Breaker runs up to it, does the leap.
Yeah.
And then his legs he didn't get all the way there either, though. Let's be fair. He didn't look like he got as close to he looked like he was a foot away from CM Punk.
Yeah.
And then he fell backwards, and I was like, ugh. And it looks weird. But here's the thing. It told the story it needed to tell, perhaps, because to that point, CM Punk was wrestling this match a la John Cena, which is, I'm going to spend all 4 quarters of the match on my back. Most of John Cena's matches, go back and watch John Cena's matches. This always pissed me off about Cena against Brock Lesnar. And Cena would get his ass kicked for 45 out of 50 minutes. And then all of a sudden, shoulder tackle. You can't see me. Attitude adjustment. Yay. And that's what we got with this. Here's the thing. You got CM Punk coming out there with this fucking gray beard. I don't like the guys are doing this. You know what? You got teeth missing. You look like fucking, you got run through the ringer. Fucking shave. If you're not going to look like you're 30 years old anymore with that, and same thing with Edge. When Adam Copeland does that shit with his fucking old man Adam, old man, I don't need to see you as an old man. Sell me that you are capable and young. Sell me that you look like a champion. When Roman Reigns comes out there and the Usos come out there with pepper gray beards, it reeks of lazy. I'm used to the Attitude Era and the 80s when everything was polished and shiny. I don't like this. Hey, look, if you came out looking like that, I would tell you, hey, Steve, no. You're selling toys. You're selling merch. You're selling shit. I want to imagine you in my head as you're young forever. Is that unfair? So when you've got this guy and now he's getting ragdolled for the majority of the match, when a younger guy makes a botch like that, I'm like, okay, I believe it.
Yeah.
Maybe I believe it. Maybe they said to him, see what you can do here. You slip up. Because you're not gonna sell me on in the last 3 minutes of the match, then you had 3 luchadors come out to help him out. Yeah, oh, look at that. It's the music for Penta. We took one of the greatest luchadors right now. And by the way, the majority of careers behind him as well. They took a while to get him. And we're going to have him show up to run interference.
Yeah.
All right, fine. So you have Penta, you have Rey Mysterio, who's like going to be 97, and because he's got the mask. I've seen a picture without the mask lately. He's looking a little. I'm sure he's getting some AARP letters. And then you've got Dragon Phoenix, who just lost his tag belt. And by the way, AJ Styles is not hankering to get that tag belt back, because if you watch Raw, he jumped right in there. I mean, you've got these 3 guys, and the luchas are like pets. That's the way they treat luchadors in WWE. And in AEW, they treat them like it's a circus act. Instead of, here are people wrestling at the highest technical level, which is what they are. They treat it on WWE kind of like a circus act.
They arguably, they do a better job of that in AEW, a better job of legitimizing lucha talents.
They do,
but yeah, they definitely have a long way to go in WWE for sure.
WWE treated getting AAA as, I'm going to steal your girl and bang her in front of you.
That's exactly what it is.
What they did. And then they took 3 white guys from Europe and made them luchadors. Now, here's the thing. I guess if it did not work, and if the Latin American community didn't find it funny, they wouldn't continue on with it. But I mean, you can clearly see Rayo, and the other one is the fucking British tag team. I mean, that's fucking, what's his name? He had so many names I can't even remember. Pete Dunne. It's Pete Dunne. It's Pete Dunne. Fine. But more to the point, I did not like that CM Punk never, and they said it in the match, every time he tries to get momentum going, he gets shut down. Oh, look at that. He's got a rally. Oh, he got shut down. He gets another rally going. He gets shut down over and over again. And then he wins. And by the way, if WWE is smart, they should put out Braun Breaker to go, oh yeah, I slipped. I didn't extend. Why? Because I don't want it to be about the botch and not that CM Punk was able to capitalize in the moment. Tell me it's kayfabe.
Absolutely.
Tell me it's kayfabe, because if you go on the fact that Braun Breaker botched, you made CM Punk look that much frailer and weaker, and
Of course.
it just terrible, you know?
Yeah,
And
man.
you just don't do it.
I definitely feel you, man. And, speaking of botches that made the show, we talked about that one. Let's talk about a botch that didn't make the show because they only did it for the live audience. And that was signing Javon Evans to a Raw contract. Now, realistically, say whatever you will, but I come from the school of thought of, okay, if we are going to call up this person, if we are going to make this person look like a big deal, then we need to show them on TV signing their contract. Make it a big deal. The fact that this was not featured anywhere blows my mind. Yeah, they blasted it over social media, but again, they didn't put it on any of the telecasts for any of the viewers.
Well, that is terrible, and I hate to be rude, but somebody's literally knocking on my door, and there's nobody here. So hold on one second.
Absolutely, man. And so the other thing that I'll just go into on this is, if we are legitimately going to focus on people, and if we're going to make people seem like a big deal, then obviously we need to market them. There needs to be some cross promotion. WWE waiting for a year to do anything with a Netflix co-promotion show should not have been the case. They should have done much more cross promotion, brand synergy things. AEW definitely needs to do more of that as well. Realistically, if we're looking at professional wrestling promotions as just that, wrestling promotions, they need to learn how to promote, it seems like, in 2026. Because, yes, you see all the ads on the aprons and things like that with WWE, but there are so many shows that they could do cross-promotion with, that they could get brand synergy with. And this is the first time that they've done that on Netflix. Hopefully we see more of that in 2026. Hopefully we see more of that even on the other channel with AEW as well. So welcome back, Rob. Glad to see that you're still among the realm of the living.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever heard about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
As a matter of fact, I have.
I got a neighbor who, passed, and his wife is elderly, and I'm like, oh, you never know what it could be. I hate to walk away. It's beyond unprofessional. I spent almost 8 years in radio, so to jump for any reason, it better be important. When I see, no, is there a better time I can? No.
Exactly.
No,
Well,
I wasn't rude.
Let's just talk about the other WWE show. Let's talk about SmackDown. What things stood out for you from SmackDown this week, Rob? Outside of one thing that I can think of, definitely, and then maybe something else.
All right. Well, first of all, to connect what you said about Javon Evans, you had Jordan Grace making her appearance, and she's talking smack with Jade Cargill. Great, love it. Yeah, they screwed Javon Evans over. It's like, what the fuck, man? If the guy's that great. But also, didn't you have him tagging with Leon Slater and in NXT just not a week ago? Leon Slater's nowhere near WWE ready. So I would have kept him in NXT a little bit longer and dragged that partnership out.
Partnership.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Well, that's what it was. That's about right. I would have dragged that out a little bit longer. All right, let's go from the bottom left. A hospital match.
The ambulance match.
The ambulance match. I'm sorry, hospital. You know, it was great. We got, Aleister Black.
Was it great?
He got thrown into the windshield, and then they couldn't open the ambulance doors again because somehow they got locked from the inside. I thought he was going to stuff him in the side part of the car. It's just. And by the way, if you beat Damian Priest doesn't hurt. He's been with the company nonstop for a while. You beat Aleister Black, you sent him further and further and further, deeper entrenched into the island of irrelevancy, as Paul Heyman would say. He is a joke. He's not scary. All right. If you have some creepy bald dude, I'm not creepy, with one blue eye, and he's got he's got a little strap of hair. He's got a Puerto Rican wife, which I don't even know. She's goth, but she looks like fucking Elvira's evil sister. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? They don't know what to do with this guy. It's like your Hot Topic couple, which, by the way, Karrion Kross was not Hot Topic. This fucking guy is. This guy looks like they went to Spirit Halloween and they said, get the night manager from Spirit Halloween and his fucking girlfriend who are doing this job so they can pay their fucking college loans and put him in a match. And he's better than that. But everything that made him cool, which he carried over from WWE to AEW, they completely got rid of it. They completely abandoned everything that made Aleister Black cool except for his entrance. And that doesn't work anymore. So, fuck it. I mean, you've made the guy completely worthless. Quit. Aleister, go back to AEW or go to TNA. Go to TNA. Team up with Rosemary. Go make some fucking sick goth group.
That would be the real solution. That's what
you need to reinvent yourselves. Okay, the Hardys went to TNA and reinvented themselves.
Yeah.
What happened? The Hardys fought each other because they did Big Money Matt, and I don't like Big Money Matt. Some people do. And Jeff beat the shit out of him. And then Matt Hardy went fucking insane and made Broken Matt Hardy. And then Broken Matt Hardy beats Jeff. And then Jeff becomes the obsolete mule and Brother Nero. And everyone goes, oh my God, these guys should be effectively done with their careers, not going and shooting higher. And then they go and say, we're going to get the belts from every tag team. And they do it. Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying you're going to get all of that. But if you went back to a rung below, take a year or two out and figure out what you want a character to be, because obviously you're completely marginalized in WWE. They don't know what to do with you. They have no room for you. So annoyed. This is one of the. I'm going to rant on that guy. I know Matt would roll his eyes, but that pisses me off because he's way better than that. He's a better talent in ring, on the mic, and character-wise. He's so much better.
Absolutely agreed. Absolutely agreed. I think the frustrating thing is, realistically speaking, during Aleister Black's initial NXT and WWE run, he was hot. He was over. He had a place. They were building something with him. And then out of nowhere, things just kind of fell off, if you think back. And then he leaves to go to AEW and arrives with a lot of fanfare. Obviously shows up, spin kicks Arn Anderson, spin kicks Cody Rhodes his first night in the company. And I'm thinking, okay, great. We're off to the races. This is going to be good. And then what? I still don't know what really was the deal with his AEW run. He
almost got Cody Rhodes to retire. That was the gimmick. The gimmick was
correct.
Cody Rhodes can't beat him. He put his boots in the middle of the ring, which I thought was a bit over the top. That was when Cody was still like, what do I do? And I'm like, wow, okay. It's the same thing as the chairman, Sean Spears. You have these people who were given, hey, you're on their launch pad. Here's the rocket. We're strapping it to your back right now. Yep. Hey, do you have a bucket of ice water?
Yeah, no shit,
I want to fuck this up so bad. All right, fine. Guy. We don't want you to go the Sean Spears way. All right, how about this? We give you Brody King. Who the fuck is he? He's a big version of you covered in tattoos. He looks like you. Okay. All right. And what about this? Buddy Matthews Murphy. Okay. What's his deal? Well, he's a guy who ends up following cults. Because that's his gimmick, is he's always a cult follower. Don't know why. God forbid we would get rid of the fucking name Buddy. Matthew Mayhem. That would have been a better name. My name is Matthew Mayhem. Good. At least it's in line with what you're doing. Not fucking Buddy, but whatever. And nothing. And
Yeah,
I don't think that was
absolutely.
their fault. I think they one, did not establish a really secure brand other than their
Right.
goth. And two, there was nobody who could match them.
Yeah. I mean,
Who's
they
gonna-
obviously they tried putting Julia Hart with them, and realistically, by the time it's all said and done, you can look at Julia Hart as being the biggest winner out of the House of Black in terms of
Oh my God.
who gained the most from when they joined until the end. So
Like,
yeah,
and back then you had the Acclaimed with Big Daddy S. And I always used to say, and everyone argued with me, give him the belt, give him a belt, give him a belt, give him a belt. He's over, he's over, he's over, he's over, he's over. Billy Gunn is over. He's more over than he is with his own two sons. And they did it,
Right.
and it was amazing. So now you've completely outshined them. You're either gonna have a tag team tree, and you could have had that be a long-term 6-month, they didn't. They had what, like 2 runs with the two of them fight.
Yeah.
They you're on the Titanic, you're sinking, and somebody gives you an inflatable little donut. Okay, I got to make this donut last. I'm going to blow air into it every once in a while so I don't drown in it. Hey, what happens if I poke holes in this? No, Tony, don't do that.
yep, exactly.
All right. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. You excited for 3 stages of hell? Especially when one of the stages is a normal wrestling match.
I'm going to wrestle you in a normal match. It's like, dude, I don't know what that accent was, and he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I don't either. I had no fucking
Whatever
idea
the
what it
fuck
was.
it is, I don't care. Every time he does this, he loses. Bull ropes, loses. Cage matches, loses. Everything he does that's extreme, he loses. And you can't keep doing it, because if I see it, he is Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea Ripley can win belts, but am I scared of Rhea Ripley? No.
Not right now.
Not right now. She needs to. I would love, so I'd like to see her come out with like some bleached blonde hair, ghostly looking, goth. Like, remember, she was blonde. Make her
Yeah.
look, just bob the hair, make her look just fucking mean, dykey, fucking just make her look badass, and then just start beating the shit out of, and they're going to have to lose. They'll
Yeah.
lose and I don't want them to lose to fucking, I don't want them to lose to fucking Charlotte Flair and no. I want the Kabuki Warriors to get it back. Let the Kabuki Warriors get it back. Let let her just go, I fucked it all up, and then just lose her shit and start kicking the shit out of Io Sky. That would be brilliant. But this shit where Cody Rhodes goes to his house in Florida and kicks some Christmas lights over. He was at my house. He was at my house. He was kicking me Christmas lights. Oh, God, that's so fucking bad. I'm not saying you had to pull a Glock 9 at Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Jesus Christ. You came to I was working it out. Wait a minute. Your storyline last week was that even though everything is run out of Connecticut, was that Nick Aldis was working it out and happened to be at the fucking guy's house at the exact time. You're trying to tell me that Cody Rhodes wasn't like 4 seats behind Nick Aldis on that flight over to Drew McIntyre's house, and he just never knows him? Oh, hey, Cody, what are you doing here in Florida? Don't worry about it. Huh. I wonder what he means by that. Hey, wait a minute. He's not on the flight. Hey, look at that. It's a Cody tour bus. It's coming right in front. How is it? What's going on? And by the way, what sent Cody over the edge? An 8x11 print of him and his dad that you could get made at a Kinko's sent him over the edge, and then he runs out to the parking lot. First of all, I thought he was going to do something like torch the van,
Right.
burn it up, strangle the dog to death and dangle its lifeless corpse. No. It's just a picture of my dad. Me and my
Let
dad.
me piss on it.
Let
me piss on the bus.
And by the way, he took, how long it took him to set that fucking picture on fire? And
oh my God.
And he's going, hold on, any minute now. Any minute now, you bloke.
Yeah.
You bugger. Just you wait. And then Cody's like,
yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's like, come on. My suspension of disbelief is ending immediately with that shit. It's like,
hold on. Hey, somebody give me a candle. Hey, somebody give me a bloody candle. It's like, what the? Give me a fucking piece of gas. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know what? This was their opportunity to do their version of burning down Swerve Strickland's house. If you're telling me that Cody Rhodes has the van and you burn the van up because he came to my house and kicked over my ornaments, my lawn ornaments, and maybe I don't give a fuck. If it was a picture of my dad, you don't think I have like that picture everywhere on a hard drive? Don't. What did his dad like? Hold on, son, I just done it for you. It's got my Rhodes DNA in it. This is Reynolds juice all over this picture. What the fuck?
If you
anyway,
will.
and it's like what the fucking $1 frame? They got a Dollar Tree at the last minute. You can tell they slapped that whole thing together. He's not getting angry over that. He's a fucking millionaire by now. You know how much dough he's got coming? I don't give a fuck about that. I love my father. I love my biological father who I met 2 years ago. They gave me a picture. It's going on my hard drive. It's going on my cell phone. It's going in the cloud. I don't give a fuck about an 8x11 that I got made at fucking Federal, FedEx. Can you make this picture of Cody's dad? Hurry, we forgot. And can you varnish it? Could you put it in like a varnish so it's flame retardant? Fuck.
Dude, it's ridiculous. But
stupid fucking nonsense was that?
Yeah,
and how did Drew beat him? Like, how didn't they pass each other in the corridor? He runs in one direction. You know what they needed to play? They needed to play Benny Hill during that.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. What do you got to say about the top half of this graphic, man?
All right, to the top right. Not smart.
New.
Yeah. No. Kiana James is shit. Kiana James is the one who speaks for Julia. Julia in ring is, again, let me put it like this. I think Stephanie Vaquer is overhyped. She doesn't have the best mic skills. She speaks in Spanish and it's kind of dry. La primera, soy mejor en el mundo. And then she comes out and she does, the devil's kiss. Great. Oh, look at that. Her head's right there between her legs, and now she's smashing. Okay, this is even drier than that. Julia is drier than that. And the thing is she's more Japanese than she is Italian, although she looks like my fucking aunt with like braided pink hair speaking Japanese, which is bizarre because she is half Italian and my fucking aunt's Italian. So I don't know what to make of any of this. It's a weird pairing. They have no chemistry, those two women. Whereas the Secret Hervis, for not having Piper Niven there, not bad. It's still decent. I hope Piper Niven can come back and be healthy because that's the missing ingredient.
Yeah. Hope she gets feeling better soon, man. It's not a good situation for Piper Niven right now.
No, and she was the best in that because that was the best role she's ever had.
Yeah, I would agree.
The combat boots and I'm going to whip her fucking nutty ass. I was like, oh yes. Yes, because Piper Niven kicked more ass than Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green's not shitty in the ring.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: what is Julia's signature? Anything? I can't put my finger on it. I'm being facetious. I'm not invested.
Right.
Okay. I'm looking at you directly into a camera, and this screen right here is where I play my video games. The screen to the left is where I watch the show. So if your shit ain't good, I am not going to watch. I'm playing Diablo 2 because, giving my age.
Damn, Diablo 2 still?
Resurrected. They did a remaster.
All right.
I'm playing video games while I'm watching this. I'm sending out new job applications because wrestling podcast.
There you go.
No, I joke. He's doing quite well. No. But yes. But my point is, I'm not invested in what you're doing.
Exactly.
So I don't give a shit. Chelsea Green, I'm invested. She Karens her way to the top, and then she fights in the ring and wins. And her husband is there now, which, by the way, her husband's there.
That's another newsworthy thing that I was going to mention from this show. Matt Cardona, not Zack Ryder, signed to WWE SmackDown. And I think that is the biggest part of it is in the parentheses. It's not Zack Ryder. It is indeed Matt Cardona, as it should be. And it just goes to show hard work can pay off. Congratulations to Matt Cardona for reaching where he should be. Because quite frankly, say whatever you will about him, that guy deserves to be on main roster WWE. That is where he fits, and that's where he belongs.
Here's the thing. He said, I will never be Zack Ryder again. I will never. So what did I do when he came back 2 weeks ago? He came back as Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
I said, fucking guy, hypocrite. Blah, 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 blah. And then he tried to dial it back. I guarantee goddamn he said to them, fuck that shit. They roasted my ass for that. I am Matt Cardona. Make me Matt Cardona. And it was something that Seth Rollins said. I forgot what his name was in the Indies, but he goes, I changed my name.
Tyler Black.
Tyler Black. That's right. Because he was doing Tyler Durden. That was it. He liked Fight Club. So he was Tyler Black, which, by the way, I like that name better. And Seth Rollins, he goes, I picked it because WWE wants to own you. That's what he said in his interview. So if you're Matt Cardona and you get notoriety as Matt Cardona and not Zack Ryder, and you get bounced from WWE next week, guess where you get to go? Anywhere the fuck you want with your new built-up name as it should have been. Beautiful. So happy. He doesn't. Woo, woo, woo. I was so happy when they heard them do that like that. I was like, yes. By the way, when Mickie James came back and they said hardcore country in the Women's Royal Rumble 2 years ago, oh my Lord, it looked like, Scary Movie 1. My walls were covered. I was like, they played hardcore country. Oh.
Got to censor that. Didn't know where you were going to go.
When she came out with the TNA women's belt and I heard hardcore, I was like, oh! I can't snare children anymore. That's how I blew up both nuts. But no, that's my thing. Yeah, now, the other thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. For a bunch of women, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, we saw the culmination of that four-way on Raw. So I mean,
So here's the thing.
The new women's tag champs being crowned, yada yada.
So also when they do these montage pictures. Okay, so you've got the We're Not Friends tag team, and they've got their, their We're Blonde and Blue-Eyed smiles on, and they look like they just came out of the country club. Great. You've got the Kabuki Warriors, and they look like good old Japanese gravure, where they're there to be stripped down just just to the just to the tasteful line, which we all know Kaneko Uri does, is a Japanese bikini model, as well as a really good graphic design artist, as it turns out. And okay, then you've got, I don't even know what you call the tag team of Io Sky and you're not the Terror Twins.
I mean, you're the fucking champions at this point. It
Right,
doesn't really matter what you call them.
Rhea Ripley, but now you've got this old picture of Nia Jax, which doesn't work because she's dropping more weight than the Venezuelan government.
Absolutely.
And then this picture of Lash Legend. It looks like a high school fucking yearbook picture. You can't have her sit with Nia Jax and take a fucking pissed off look. What? I'm looking at this. I don't understand. Don't slap tag teams together. I know it worked over the summer in AEW with Brody King and Bandito, but all right.
And with Harley and Willow. That worked on both sides.
Yes, AEW knows how to do it right, because SmackDown don't. Because what's going to end up happening is those two are going to disappear. Nia Jax is probably not going to really show her face unless she gets some dramatic weight loss, because the halfway mark is not going to cut it. You're either going to have her be the Nia Jax that we've seen to point, or just fucking give her a year. Give her a year to get into the body that she's aiming for. Because if you've ever seen pictures of her before she became larger, holy shit. And she never had kids. So, enough with the fucking pork luau. Whatever your fucking journey is, get there first. Because not only is it losing weight, but you've also got to be able to fight in the newer body. She never did professional wrestling with a thinner frame. If you can get her to have the muscle tone of Lash Legend or Charlotte Flair or Rodriguez, Rachel Rodriguez, I think she could look like that. I think she could look like them and be sinewy and like a brick shit house. And again, I want to see some sort of revival of the bloodline, and I want her to be a part of it. Get back to the days of China where you have some men who can wrestle the women and not make it a comic relief act. Vince McMahon is gone. Do it. Because AEW is doing it now. First, it was just TNA. AEW, they're fighting. They are fighting with what's his name? I fucking in the Death Riders.
What are you saying, Marina Shafir?
Marina Shafir is taking bumps and chops from the guys. Okay. Yeah. Roderick Strong gave her a chop to the back of the neck, which was cringy. And she took it and turned around.
Well, you do know the subtext behind all of that, right?
Hit us up.
Okay, so obviously, Roddy and Marina are married and have at least one child together. So, so that would explain the massive reaction that whenever those two are standing nose to nose in the ring with each other. That's why that draws such the reaction. Is because they are in real life a shoot married couple, and the fact is they've not made any allusion to it at all on AEW television. They've not said anything about them being together in any way, shape, or form.
By the way, she's fucking hot. I think she's goddamn hot. There's something about her. God bless you. You're oh my God. And if that's what they're doing in the ring, one of two things. Either they're really boring in bed and they're just like, it's 9:00. It's time to go to bed. We have to watch our calories. Or, he's chained to the bed and she is just riding him, digging her nails into his chest. Like, one of two things.
That's probably what it is.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And they have oh, my God. They probably got the kid in the soundproof room. Shut up. Daddy's getting fucked. You're like, Mom, you sound like Mr. McMahon. Shut up. You're fired.
And let's go ahead and just pivot. Anything else to say on SmackDown?
Well, SmackDown was a shitty ambulance match. Matt Cardona's here, yay! And they took his wife's belt away from her. Fucking dumb.
All right, sounds good. All right, let's turn the page and talk a bit about New Year's Smash, AEW's New Year's Eve edition of Dynamite, which was pre-recorded.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, John Moxley.
Okay, actually, let me rephrase. I apologize. This episode of Dynamite was not pre-recorded. It should have been, but oh my god.
All right,
wow.
We'll put the graphic.
Yep, we're gonna put the graphic back up there right now.
All right, John Moxley, Josh Alexander. I hate Josh Alexander in AEW.
Dude.
In TNA, he was the walking weapon. In TNA, he cut good promos. In TNA, he wasn't a shitty villain. This guy is a henchman here.
Yes, he is a henchman. Did you happen to catch Collision at all?
Yes, but it's a.
Did you see the taped vignette with the Don Callis family where Alexander did the promo?
And he's beating up the nobodies in the corridor.
Yes.
And he's going.
And he didn't blink once during the promo. He's sitting there with deranged eyes, and the motherfucker does not blink the entire time. It's fucking awesome.
I didn't care because he's going. Don Callis family, watch us beat up these jobbers,
bro. But it worked much better than anything else that they've had him do on TV.
All right, here's my problem with that. The walking weapon was Canadian Kurt Angle, and he was composed. That was the one overarching theme. If I were to composure, he came in as a composed, even as a heel when he was with the fountain with the Armory. He was composed, and he was calm, and he comes out, and you know that this guy is a wrestler. Now, I wish they would have did a video package of him as a wrestler, like they did with Max Dupree, where they show you him just out wrestling people. And then Don Callis, and maybe they did, and I forgot about it, but I don't know. I needed a Team Taz. I needed a Taz kind of like what they did a few years ago. Taz was giving like bios on people.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, I didn't like how they rolled him out. He's a weird henchman, and it's like watching a John Travolta movie where he's a bad guy. Watch The Punisher, where John Travolta's a bad guy, and he's like, "Hey, Frank Castle, I just killed your family." Like they do this Urkel laugh. It doesn't make sense. I don't fucking like it. I don't like it. It's just goofy, and I don't like goofy. I really don't. I just don't be goofy.
How ironic. Anyway, let's talk about. Did you have any thoughts on MJF's unveiling of this gorgeous Triple B?
The belt is supposed to look like the it's supposed to look like his Burberry scarf, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks like just a brown belt. I don't know.
That was actually what I was going to mention too.
It doesn't look like a
Burberry. For them
to
talk about it being like a Burberry belt, nah, it's a big brown belt. That's what the real Triple B is. It's not the big Burberry belt. It is the big brown belt.
And it's also ironic because he comes in a black suit. He should have just kept the fucking real belt because that thing looks fugly as shit.
It looks dirty.
Yeah. It does. There's no depth of color to it.
Yeah.
There's just nothing. It's just fucking nasty. It's not as bad as that, canvas belt that Bryan Danielson had years ago, but
you didn't like the sustainable championship?
Oh God, that was so bad. This is not quite that bad, but it's close. It's close. And also the fact that, he just chucked the belt, the original belt away. It's like, you kind of make these things look like they're interchangeable, and I know they are, but, I just didn't like it. I just don't like it at all. Yes, no.
All right.
Also, I don't like the new hair, the greasy.
The
greasy mafia hair.
You don't like MJF after he got his hair plugs.
Oh, that what that is?
After he got his Turkish hair transplant.
Well, no, I thought he had a full head of hair. What was he using before?
I don't know.
He
He
didn't have a full head of hair?
he was balding. He was balding, and yeah, he had to do something. And
Because that looks like the Al
props to him.
Pacino.
Props to him, man.
I gotta hold on now. God damn it. Hold on. MJF hair.
Yep, let's just have the show draw to a crawl while you look this up. All right, come on.
Oh, Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
Rob.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Just I want to know who his doctor was, is all I'm saying, because I need a little bit more action in the front and on the top.
Well, there you go, man. Well,
it's,
I'm sure we can make a few phone calls for you.
Because Bosley did not help me. Yeah, but I'm sorry. I never knew his hair was going. Oh yeah, so you see it's receding on the yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. And then so elsewhere we had the AEW National Championship on the line with Ricochet defending against Jungle Jack Perry. To the surprise of absolutely no one, Ricochet picks up the dub. And in the main event of this show, Willow Nightingale defeats Mercedes.
No, hold on. I love that picture. Imagine if she's bouncing up and down on top of you and you're looking at that. Oh my God.
Why do you think I chose the picture?
Oh my God. I'd be frightened out of my mind.
Frightened? What the fuck?
If that's on top of you.
I'd be all right with it. I'd be all right with it.
Matt would need to get 2 more surgeries.
Jesus. Stop. Anyway, for those of you that were, having the tinfoil hat conspiracy that Mercedes was never going to drop these titles, say whatever you will about her dropping this title to Willow, but Willow basically gets her win back as Mercedes defeated her to win the TBS championship over nearly 500 days prior. So it all goes full circle. So
well, also remember, Willow Nightingale's the one who injured her in New Japan.
Exactly. Well,
so
I wouldn't say injured her. Mercedes kind of did that to herself.
Yes, but yeah.
But yes, the kayfabe, was saying that Willow did the damage. So
right. But here's the thing. I never went into that match doubting that Willow Nightingale had the ability to do it.
Yeah.
I don't look at her as comic relief.
No.
Harley Cameron was. Harley Cameron is definitely the Enzo Amore of that group. And like Enzo Amore, eventually she started to pick up some moves. By the way, please bring him in at 2026 and get him with Big Bill and get fucking the bounty hunter Keith the fuck out of there. He sucks. But no, I like it. I like seeing her win and being serious about wins. What I'm a little confused about is they're doing that conglomeration thing, and it's getting murky as to who's doing what.
Yep.
It's very, very murky. I liked give the people what they want when they did the hug and the camera.
That was cool.
AEW does so many wonderful little things here and there that you want to just pull them aside and go, hey, dude, when you do all these cool camera angles, think back to the Jay Lethal TNA promo with Ric Flair that was a shoot promo where they're impersonating each other. And they did the camera angle where they zoom in on Ric Flair's face, then they cut back to Jay Lethal, and then they zoom into Ric Flair's face and his eyes are bugged out of his skull. That was amazing because that was all a shoot, and it became one of the most iconic things. So when they do give the people what they want, and they do the hug and then they pan away, oh my God, yes. More shit like that. It's little accents like that, which was what made AEW better than the WWE in its heyday. And it's sad to say that AEW has a heyday. They need to get back to, okay, if you're going to do the conglomeration, Have them come out to the Best Friends theme. How cool were the Best Friends? That music was cool. The entrance of little kids running through, funny little tag team, and you could do that. I would have rather have had that than her theme. No. Have her come out to the Best Friends theme. Have her come out to the Best Friends theme, and because what is their tag team name?
The Babes of Wrath.
Oh yeah, the Babes of Wrath. Fucking hate that name. Just call them the Best Friends. The best the best friends with tits. I don't know.
The best friends with tits. I like it.
Well, they had Thunder Tits. So but that's my thing. And by the way, why AEW never made Thunder Tits t-shirts? Oh,
I don't get it.
Where's Thunder Rosa? Whatever happened to her? Is she still injured or something? Or what is she doing?
No one knows, man.
We need Thunder Tits. I want Thunder Tits. I want there to be Thunder Tits, and then you introduce the women's three-way match, and then the women have a three-way in the ring, and it'll be Mina Shirakawa and Tony Storm, and then fucking Thunder Rosa.
Okay, that too.
Beautiful. No, yeah. I love it. Great.
Let's pivot a bit and let's talk about Collision. Not that it was a newsworthy show, but we finally, in nearly Veer levels of anticipation, we finally got the AEW debut of El Clone as he defeated a random local guy with the use of Hologram's Portal Bomb. So now we're going to be able to see what they had lined up for that storyline with Hologram and his clone.
All right, wait, are you being facetious there? When you said serious. Random local guy?
It was...
As Angelico. Angelico was...
Hey. He may as well have been a local random guy.
Yeah, I know. It was a jobber.
But realistically... Yes. And Angelico is one of the most technically skilled wrestlers in AEW. I was obviously making a terrible joke because that's what they've reduced Angelico to at this point.
Yes.
And his say
tag
whatever
partner,
you will.
Who used to tag with Luther, Luther and
Serpentico.
They were a great tag team. They were a part of the original lineup, and they were the Wednesday night guys that you would see at least every other week.
Yeah.
So they wanted to put a little bit more credibility behind the match. If it wasn't, and just put some local jobber, it wouldn't be as big. I mean, again, like you said, yeah, but they picked someone well for him to go against.
Yeah.
I don't want to dominate it with that, but yeah.
Definitely. And then, this graphic is slightly incorrect because Shelton Benjamin actually didn't wrestle Scorpio Sky. Shelton Benjamin wrestled Dante Martin. And unfortunately, that is because, stop me if you've heard this one before, Scorpio Sky was not medically cleared to compete. I shit you not. Dude, what the fuck?
I shifted my mic a few inches forward because I don't want my head to leave this position. I don't even need glasses. I'm nearsighted. I don't give a fuck about Scorpio Sky. He has never, ever, nor will he ever be at this current juncture, based on what we're seeing and his forward trajectory, any better than SCU. And the only reason SCU was good as all, it was because of Frankie Kazarian and the Fallen Angel. Christopher Daniels are the only two that dragged his ass. Otherwise, he's a boring, vanilla fucking guy. And he's just fucking boring. He's always been boring. I never cared about him. Don't give him a solo career. Don't do anything with him. He's another guy. Go send him to MLW, MLZ, whatever the fuck, Major League Wrestling. Yeah, go send him over there. Or GCW. Find one of those fucking promotions. Send him over there, Future Stars of Wrestling, which is going to be at the fucking Pyramids over at the Esports Hyper Arena over at the Luxor in a few days.
Yeah.
Go send him over there.
Yeah, man.
Somebody take him. Figure out what he needs to do. Put him in NXT.
Speaking of FSW, they will be doing their show from the HyperX Esports Arena on the 24th of January. So here in about 18 days, you're going to be seeing some FSW action for the first time from the Luxor, which is pretty dope. to be able to say at this point. So stay tuned, and I'm sure we'll hear all about the match lineup. And then
I was about to call you because I thought that when they were in Texas, they said they were at the esports arena. And I went, whoa, wait a minute. Wait, Steve. I was like, wait. And then I waited a second. I was like, let me not call him. I mean, something's not right. And I rewound all the back. I was like, okay, Texas. No, the esports arena is in Las Vegas. What the fuck? But
hey, man, evidently they got more. But, this show Collision was it was mid. You had the Timeless Love Bombs defeating High-End and Maya World, which, just as a side note, I do love the fact that they're using them as the enhancement talent for the women's tag team division.
Who are they?
But they are actually two very skilled workers from the independent scene. But the key thing is they were the two that filled in when Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé decided that, no, 2 minutes and a loss doesn't work for us, brother, and then left the AEW TV taping. And those two stepped up, and they are now all elite as a result. Say whatever you will, but they're the ones that are getting a decent paycheck and a consistent paycheck from AEW because they wanted to do business.
AEW is not an independent place. And if I'm on that trajectory, is like doing comedy, the only thing you can equate WWE to would be like Saturday Night Live, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there really is no secondary thing, like Mad TV. So if you get on the Mad TV and you go, oh, they only gave me one sketch this week. I wanted, 2 sketches. You're on Mad TV. You're on Saturday Night Live. Be thankful you're fucking there. Build up your popularity with your audience. And, because you with little flamethrowers and T-shirt cannons didn't get you very far in WWE. Be grateful that the next best thing was going to give you any time. You fucking idiot. I don't know which one of the two of them, said, no, we're going to. I want more time.
They supposedly made the decision together, so that's fine. Let them make that decision. But in any event, kind of pivoting and talking about a promotion that we don't give nearly enough justice to on this show, let's finally talk about Wrestle Kingdom 20 that went down on January 4th, live from the Tokyo Dome. And wow, man, this show was pretty interesting to say the least. Let's talk for just a minute about Shuri and Saya Kamatami. Now, those are two very, very good women's wrestlers. And say whatever you will, Saya entered this match as the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, and Shuri, former UFC contracted fighter who has turned to pro wrestling, came in as the IWGP Women's Champion. So they are unifying the titles and want to have one women's champion for the New Japan brand going forward.
Did you say unify the titles, so they're not going to have a gauntlet match to unify the title?
No. God willing, hopefully that's not the case. However, they do have precedence, as we'll talk about here in a minute. But Shuri picked up the win over Saya Kamatami, and that is leading a lot of people to assume that Saya is getting the call, whether she shows up on a Monday, on a Friday, or maybe on a Wednesday or a Saturday, or hell, maybe even a Thursday. Who knows? But it would not surprise me if Saya came to one of the major promotions here in the States. She's very good, has a killer entrance, tells a lot of good story action with her facials in the ring. Her selling is top notch, and they cleared up the title, got a title off of her. So who knows what's next for Saya Kamatami? But kind of pivoting a bit, talking about Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji, who is, just to give some frame of reference, Tsuji is the next big thing for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And if this show was any indication, the next big thing is here now. as Yota Tsuji did knock off Konosuke Takeshita to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. He came into this match as the IWGP Global Champion, so he is now carrying both titles as well. Are they unifying these titles? I don't know. But one thing that is certain, this image was taken from the New Year Dash show, which always follows up Wrestle Kingdom. And for those with a keen eye, they can spot that the IWGP Heavyweight Championship belt design has in fact changed and gone back to the previous belt design, much to the delight of many a New Japan fan. If you haven't seen the old belt, go look it up.
It looked like the Divas belt from WWE.
Yeah, it looked like actually, you know what it looked like? It had the exact shape of the fucking Cody Rhodes tattoo. It had the rings and the shit in the middle. Dude.
It looks so. It never looked like a proper world heavyweight belt, and this is supposed to be like a crown. This is a crown on the top of the belt, but this is going to play really well into the Don Callis family going forward. Now that Takeshita doesn't have the belt, and that legitimizes Okada, which we'll get into in a moment. But now Don Callis has one winner and one no winner.
Yes, absolutely. Loser. Absolutely. And speaking of that main event, Kazuchika Okada channels his original self. And as we all have grown to know from Okada, when he does his Rainmaker pose and stands there with the bird extended, obviously it's become the joke. And he did this numerous times during the match. He did the bird pose and things like that. But at the very end of the match, he did his old Rainmaker pose and actually stood there with his arms outstretched and delivered a final Rainmaker. I think he delivered a total of 4 or 5 of them throughout the match to Hiroshi Tanahashi. And as you can see in that bottom right image, Hiroshi Tanahashi pinned in the middle of the ring. No chicanery, no screwdrivers, no bullshit. As clean as it can be. But the main event, sir, was actually not the match. The main event was what happened after the match. As we see, look at that. You got from left to right, you've got Will Ospreay, you've got Keiji Muto, the Great Muta, who incidentally, Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated for his first ever world championship at Wrestle Kingdom 9. So, a decade ago. It doesn't even
look like Will Ospreay on the far left.
Yeah, it is. It is Will Ospreay in the tan suit. Keiji Muto, obviously Hiroshi Tanahashi. In the center, you have Hall of Famer Tatsumi Fujinami. You then also had Switchblade Jay White, somebody who looks in ring shape. So I would not be surprised if we got Jay White coming back soon.
Please.
Let's hope. And next to him, you have Kota Ibushi, who, say whatever you will about this guy, he hobbled down a WrestleMania-sized ramp on a broken fucking femur. Now, obviously, that thing was repaired a couple of months ago, but he did not use any crutches. He didn't use any kind of a walking boot. He did use a walking boot. He did not use any kind of a cane. But
in that picture, he's not wearing a walking boot on. In that picture,
he's got. It's been an interesting road so far for Kota Ibushi. We can only hope that he gets to feeling better, because dude, it was painful just watching him hobble down this rampway. I'm not gonna lie, it was painful just watching.
That uncle who comes from Sacramento that you don't talk about.
And then you got Kenny Omega. Oh man, quite a row. Everybody came out to support Hiroshi Tanahashi. You even had, and I don't have the image, but you had, of all people, Tetsuya Naito, somebody that left New Japan in a huff, in not the best terms, to say the very least, and in fact, borderline hostile terms, coming down to the ring and actually stood in there one final time with Tanahashi. So yeah, very interesting. But as is always the case with New Japan. Obviously, the Wrestle Kingdom show kind of puts a button on the previous year. New Year Dash, which typically happens the next day. Oh, man. Right there, you see it on Tsuji's shoulder. He's got that new title. And he also made the announcement that was, it was pretty sobering to a good amount of people. 13 years that the Bullet Club has been around, and now the announcement that the Bullet Club War Dogs and the unaffiliated are now known as the Unbound Company. That, sir, brings an end after 13 years to one of the greatest factions in the history of professional wrestling. Full stop, no hyperbole. I'm talking about the Bullet Club.
They don't wait. Now, here's my problem. The Bang Bang Gang and AEW. Okay?
Yeah.
Not Bullet Club.
Nope.
Fuck.
They do not have the license. Now, mind you, if I'm Tony Khan,
Fucking that's what he made.
I bring over that IP immediately.
In fact, in the last tag match, Juice Robinson came out in Bullet Club gear.
Yeah.
In their last tag match, Juice Robinson came out in Bullet Club gear. The Bang Bang Gang is just another way to say Bullet Club.
Yep.
That's and you've got Ace Austin, which, by the way, it wasn't an accident that they brought him over to the Bang Bang Gang because he's all, and boy, was he in that match, by the way, to run interference, but that's another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But he was Bullet Club with Chris Bay.
Yeah.
ABC.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bullet Club. That's a Bullet Club. Hikuleo came over to TNA and said, hey, you two are Bullet Club, and then left. They gave it a while. They built him up, said, you're Bullet Club. And there he is. They're just the glasses. You can see it. And I want Bullet Club back. You don't want to do it? Tony, do something fucking smart and buy the fucking Bullet Club, you idiot.
Buy the fucking Bullet Club. You know, it could be like as if you're, I don't know.
Wealthy.
I don't know if if it comes down to it, if it's akin to like maybe buying Greenland or something insane, but that stranger things have happened, if you will. And I think I'm being told that we need to hear from a correspondent. Oh, excuse me. This is not just any.
You know what? It's such a wonderful joy to be here. It's a tremendous time on this great show, the Vegas Badboyz of Podcasting. The Vegas Badboyz of Podcasting. No evil Matt Michaels and his evil, bald, liberal ways. Okay. This is a tremendous show hosted by a true American patriot, Sin City Steve. And I got to tell you, I'm so happy right now. We've had such a tremendous, successful raid in Venezuela. First of all, now that I'm running the country, I'm running Venezuela. There's a V, it's not a B. We're going to teach these people how to speak Spanish. Okay, so that's the first thing we will be doing. And we are going to be taking billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of oil. It's our oil now. And then we're going to take that oil and use it to power our fleet. Some of them are nuclear. Some of them are using beautiful diesel. We take the oil, we put it right into the ships. The USS Donald Trump and the USS Defiant will be nuclear-powered submarines. Oh, no, excuse me, battleships. They're telling me battleships. And we're going to send them to take Greenland. And if little Denmark doesn't like it, little Denmark will have to shave the O off of NATO. Let's just put it like that, okay? We'll be like, not Denmark. Bye-bye. We get Greenland. But I want to tell you something about these Bullet Clubs. Tony Khan, he's not a very smart guy. He's not a very good guy. He's very stupid. He's very, very stupid. And if he would have spent more time, if he would have spent as much time doing his job as he is doing cocaine, he almost does as much cocaine as Hunter Biden. Okay, quite honestly, people tell me it's a lot of cocaine. And we need you, Tony, okay? We need you to go and get the Bullet Club. Remember how you got Cody's name and you got Bash at the Beach and Starcade and all of these things? We need you to buy the Bullet Club, okay? Then what we need you to do is we need you to get the Good Brothers, okay? They're not doing anything right now, okay? They're signing stuff at a Benihana's outside of like a fucking Love's truck stop. Please, believe me, they're not doing anything, okay? Go bring them in, make the Bullet Club, okay? Oh, and then look at that, you get Kenny Omega, and there you go, and then you could call it Bullet Club Elite. See, look at this, Bullet Club Elite, and you get, wait a minute, Kenny Omega, Bullet Club, the Young Bucks, Bullet Club, okay? The Good Brothers, Bullet Club. You've got them. You got all of the Bullet Club people. You've got so many people from the Bullet Club, and they're calling themselves the Bang Bang Gang, and they're going guns up. It's a Bullet Club. Excuse me, it's the Bullet Club. Very stupid, Tony. It's the Bullet Club. You said that you wanted to make All Elite Wrestling because you saw how big the Bullet Club was, and you have the Bullet Club. Don't be like WWE, where they go, that guy used to be in the Bullet Club. You see how good I am with voices? I could even do Michael Cole, shitty Michael Cole, who like goes, I like the Jets. I want the Jets to lose so they get a better first-round pick. Okay? He likes losing teams. I don't like losing teams, okay? Michael Cole likes losing teams. That's why he supports the Jets, because he's a loser. He's a loser. Give the job to Corey Graves, okay? And then you're going to have Pat and Corey Graves. Get Pat. Nobody gives a fuck about college football, okay? Get Pat and Corey Graves. Get rid of Michael Cole. Things are about to get broken. Fuck you, okay? You and Tony Schiavone. Nobody likes you. Michael Cole, okay? It's like the USS Cole. Big hole in the side, you know? Terrible. And then Tony Schiavone. This is one hell of a match, guys. Terrible. Terrible guys. These are horrible people. They're very bad commentators. They're not very good at what they do. They're low energy commentators. Low energy commentators. But Tony Khan, because quite honestly, you know what? I think you're Islamic when you're Hindustan or something. We're going to have to deport you anyway. You and Mamdani, okay? You and Zohan Mamdani. And then you know what we're going to do? We're going to deport your father, Shad, too. And we're going to take over the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to deport your father, and then we're going to take care of the Jacksonville Jaguars until I see fit to find a white guy to sell it to, okay? I'm talking to you, Tom Brady. You could be, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could be the hottest team in football, all right? They could be the hottest team. We'll call them the Jacksonville Patriots. How's that sound? The Jacksonville Patriots. I wasn't done yet. Don't.
Enough. No, it's so
every time I turn on Fox News.
And so a couple of programming notes really quickly before we start to wind this thing down. Next week is going to be our 1000th episode on the Vegas Badboyz podcast, which is massive. So if you're listening to us right now, if you're watching us right now, if you could please be there for the live show. We're going to be coming to you live on Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. That's Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be on YouTube, and we're going to be on Twitch as always. So check us out on any of those platforms. Absolutely. And
DJ Impact.
Some phone calls are being made. We have certain things in the works, several irons in the fire. And speaking of, previously, I've done a segment on this show known as the Over-Under of the Week. We will be launching a new segment starting next week. So make sure you check that out as well. It should be fun for everyone. And also, some things are going to change. Some things are just never going to change. Let's take a dump. All right. And let's just break this stuff down and beginning immediately. Netflix is the new US home for WWE's library of premium live events prior to September 2025, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble, as well as award-winning documentaries and original programming.
Not
So,
Peacock?
not the cock. The
It's
cock,
gone. Peacock
that
is
contract ended on the first of the year. So the what was previously known as the network, so all of the ECW pay-per-views, the WCW pay-per-views, the Mid-South stuff, world class, all of that just immense video library, it is currently homeless. So rumor has it that that WWE and TKO are going to lean in to YouTube, possibly having a members only type of a page where it might cost you a few bucks a month, but you're going to have complete access to the video library. It'll just be through YouTube. We'll see what happens. Not a huge fan of this, but we'll see how it goes. Elsewhere, let's tap into some AI and hang out with the boys and play some SmackDown. Here comes the pain. Oh man, look at
Umaga's in the back. Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking
Razor
Ramon. China.
China. You got obviously on the sticks. You got Hogan and Benoit.
Chris Benoit.
And you got Bray Wyatt sitting there as well with a controller in his hand, and Dusty Rhodes kneeling on the floor, man.
The only thing I notice is they're all staring directly at the screen. Well, they're staring directly. The screen is facing the wrong direction.
It's the standard trope of how the TV is always pointing at the camera in WWE. And how can someone actually watch TV or watch what's going on from the angle so that they can
Yeah. And wait, who's that in the very back? Is that Ultimate Warrior?
That is, I believe that's Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, that's who I would think it would be. But interesting stuff. And haters would say that this next one is AI, and someone else who we've already heard from tonight may have something to say about it. But Kenny Omega?
Get him out of it. I want to find out the guy who did that. He's going to be fired. We're going to sue the shit out of him. We're going to sue the fucking shit out of this guy. Who the fuck did that? You're gonna put a Canadian on my beautiful body. By the way, look at those muscles. Look at those guns. Okay, you've never seen guns like those before. Okay, I work out at the gym. I could vertical bench 450 pounds. They said, wow, I've never seen anyone who could do 450 before, and you're never going to. This guy's not going to do it. This washed up Canadian fuck from God only knows what, New Japan. He wasn't even good enough to play in Canada. He's not good enough for America. Okay, he's good enough for the back alley scum halls in Japan. Okay, cleaning up ramen off the floor. Okay, a little shitty ramen wrestler. So terrible that they would do this to such a beautiful physique, beautiful body. 6'3", 250 pounds of 250 pounds of pure muscle. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out. Send his ass to Winnipeg.
Speaking of AI, Aaron Rift of No DQ asked Grok to remove the worst wrestling booker from the image and keep the best one. And he posted an image with Tony Khan and Triple H. And Grok removed Triple H. Obviously, Tony Khan replied, thanking Grok and plugging Collision and Dynamite. You gotta love it. And of course, the internet lost their fucking shit. Even better. Even better. Elsewhere, speaking of retirements, Brock Lesnar guy. Yeah, somebody that gained notoriety for wearing a t-shirt and making an idiot out of themselves, said that this is the end. For over 25 years, I've experienced some amazing moments attending wrestling shows. Okay, so what? You're retiring from going to pro wrestling shows? What?
I thought that was a picture of Seth Rollins.
Yeah. And MJF simply replied, wrestlers, we need to start hitting fans again. Yeah, I would tend to agree with MJF on this one. And whenever there's a new year, we tend to have some personnel moves and contracts ending and stuff like that. So Matt Taven, Mercedes Martinez, and Alex Abrahantes are all gone from AEW. So there is that. On the other side, though, one name seems prominent that they are leaving WWE, and that is none other than Tommaso Ciampa. So will we see Ciampa in AEW? Will he go to New Japan Pro Wrestling? I could see him in either promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be very interesting.
TNA, no, I don't picture him in TNA.
No, I don't see him in TNA. And realistically, he wouldn't have to make it known that he was wanting out if he wanted to go to TNA. I'm sure that TNA would love to have him as part of a talent swap.
But I see him ending up right out there with the Don Callis family in 3 months.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Because that's what they do with people that they don't know what to do with.
Or the Death Riders, maybe.
Or the Death Riders. And speaking of riding, we did get some confirmation that Nikki Bella is in fact dating Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Cooper DeJean. Yeah,
that was a kid.
In case you were curious, that's a 22-year age gap between the two. So
I mean,
anyway, no fault to anybody on this one.
No, I mean, she's
absolutely.
Hot. Well,
she's hot.
Good
for this kid. Good for this kid, man. He's been in the league for like 2 years. Yeah, it's a 20-year age gap. Who gives a shit? But
all right.
You know, it is what it is. Let's
I thought that was
stop for a minute. Let's stop for a minute and
oh boy,
give thanks to Liv Morgan, who is back from injury. Good to see you, Liv, in more ways than one.
Yeah, good to see a lot of you.
Good to see the Triangle of Madness getting all dressed up for the holidays, it looks like. Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. You also got Mina Shirakawa.
I was going to say Mina and her Shirakawas.
Mina and the Shirakawas looking
She's
great.
showing her kawas.
Oh, my God. Absolutely. And, elsewhere, rumor has it that Blake Monroe is getting called up to Monday Night Raw. So, yeah,
really?
if you watched NXT TV tonight, we didn't talk about NXT, but Blake Monroe did not defeat Thea Hale to win back her women's North American title, and instead basically got written off of the show after she beat the shit out of Thea, ended up costing her the championship. Could be something to where they suspend her or terminate her contract, and then she goes to Raw as part of it. So we'll see what happens.
How good is she in the ring? Because we always see these people come from TNA or AEW, and then they get over to WWE, and they're not at the same level. I will say that I will never ever say that WWE wrestlers are not at a higher. These fucking guys come and get injured. So how is she handling herself?
I mean, realistically speaking, there's definitely been, a fall off, for lack of a better term. She's definitely not she doesn't have all of the steam behind her that she had when she was in AEW. She's largely, I don't want to say riding the remnants of what she did in AEW, but at the same time, she hasn't done anything to really set herself apart.
But she wasn't in AEW all that long. What, 2 years max?
Yeah, but she did have the almost nearly consensus rivalry of the year in 2025 with Tony Storm. So, and then Rob, this one's for you. As we wrap up, I just have to leave you with this image, Rob. I know you're going to love it. There you go. God bless Jade Cargill.
Anyone got Mrs. Buttersworth?
I know that's right, man. I know that's right. Well, in any event, let's go ahead and talk to the people for a bit. Rob, tell these fine folks where they can check you out, where they can follow you on social media, where can they go so
Well,
that you can make them laugh.
the
Before
Vegas
growing.
Trump guy, Instagram, TikTok is where you will find me. My Facebook is kind of a hybrid of comedy events and my own personal rants and raves. So Vegas Trump guy at Instagram and TikTok on the 12th. Actually this Wednesday first, let me plug Four Horsemen of Comedy. That's my comedy group. We are going to be at the Beach House in Henderson on Wednesday night at 11. And check my page for that, or the Four Horsemen, THE 4 Horsemen comedy on Instagram, or look up Lex Las Vegas, one of my partners in comedy crime. That will be on Wednesday. On Monday, 610 Naples. I know that one well. I've been there many times. The Bonfire. I will be hosting the Futurist Female comedy show with Mistress K. I will be hosting that night. That is on the 12th. The following week, on the 19th, I will be in Boulder City, Nevada. Boulder City, adjacent to Las Vegas and Henderson, and I will be at the Backstop Comedy Show. I will be headlining there, and then on the 20th, and I got to put these things also on my comedy page. But for now, just my social media will do. On the 20th. I will be doing story time with Reynolds, who is a fellow wrestling fan. So that one, the location, I do not have that yet. I'll have that flyer out within a day or two. So those are the events I have coming up. Now, also, we're going to put it out here because we're putting positivity out in the year 2026, working on getting an earlier show with the Four Horsemen on Wednesday night, which will be the vintage antique store and now club. It's a bar over on Main Street in Las Vegas. So we've got multiple venues now. In fact, the Four Horsemen of Comedy, we knock it out in 2026. You'll be able to see it's a vintage. You'll be able to see it's at the Beach House. And also this Sunday, I forgot to mention the Neighborhood Bar, which is in West Charleston and Jones. The vintage spot will be Colorado and Main Street in Las Vegas, which is just a few, 2 blocks down from the Strat. So if you're seeing the Stratosphere, go down Main Street a couple of blocks, the Colorado building, 1 block ahead, and you'll be at Vintage. Those are all the venues and shows that we're going to have. Be happy to have any of you guys show up. Great drinks, great prices, great food at a lot of the venues, and Main Street's got 1,000 restaurants. So there's something for everyone, but most importantly, it's all about the laughs. Giving a shout out to my partner in crime, Lex Las Vegas, Mike Stiggs, and Khalil Mack, as well as Gator. And I got a whole bunch of other guys. The list goes on and on of people that you can expect to see at these shows. And for comics, the show on Wednesday that I will be hosting will be paid for the headliner and for a feature act. It'll be a paid gig. A lot of these shows are beer tags. You're like, here's 25, here's a little beer, well, $2 beer. No, paid.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to bring it back, and it's going to be called the Vintage Comedy Showcase. Unless you change the name, I'll change my mind a million times about lunch before I walk out the door till I get in my car. I've had 3 different ideas of mine, but a little bit wordy, a lot to talk about, but I've got a lot of stuff happening, and I want you guys to all be a part of it. Thank you so much, Steve. And of course,
Absolutely.
You, Matt, DJ, all welcome. We'd love to have you.
Hell yes, man. And obviously, make sure that you follow him on social media at Vegas Trump Guy. And again, I just want, as I do every single week, I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, a very special thank you to all the brave men and women serving this country, whether you're doing it on lands foreign or domestic. Thank you for doing what you do so that we can do what we love to do. And last but not least, repsports.com, reppsports.com. Go there for all your pre-workout, weight loss, and general energy needs. Again, repsports.com. Use promo code Vegas at checkout. Save yourself 10%. And Rob,
Show 999. And
Yeah.
I want to say, thank you. And also shout out to GJ Impact, because if it were not for him, I would not be here. When he told me about this about 2.5, 3 years ago, I went, wrestling podcast. And it's been a great experience, not just, to spend the time with you and Matt, to be able to be graced. I go into a Future Stars Wrestling show, and people are like, "Oh, you're with the Vegas Bad Boys of Comedy," a lot of groups in the Vegas Bad Boys of Comedy, and welcome in. Come take a seat and get a great seat. So it's been an incredible experience, and here's to another 1,000.
Absolutely, man. I completely agree. And I just want to echo those sentiments. Thank you to everybody who's ever checked out the show. We genuinely appreciate it. I know I say it every week, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for getting us through 999 episodes. Here's to episode 1,000 next week, next Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. And going forward, here's to another 1,000 more episodes because we've got a lot of really, really good shit planned over the next year and beyond. So
what's that, like 5 years of Vegas pro wrestling?
Bro, we've been around for quite some time. And as the saying goes, y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
They held back on a lot of what they could do.
We definitely did, and we ain't holding back anymore. See y'all.
Did any of you have a great time tonight? Yeah.
With that, everybody, thank you for hanging out. We'll do it all again next week. Till then, happy wrestling.
Rolling up the strip under neon lights. Podcast mic is glowing in the desert night. Matt and Michael's leading with the swagger tight. Sin City Steve right by your side. Alright. Rob Butcher Larry dropping truths, no fear. Broadcasting stories, make it loud and clear. From the Fremont edges to the Bellagio sphere. These bad boys rule, let me make that clear. Vegas bad boys, tearing up the scene.
To Matt Michaels and the Vegas Boys of Podcasting, this is John Cena saying thank you so much.